voice. Ready, and curiosity, who prefers bubbling? Who prefers it? So it's like a third, 2/3, okay. So yeah, pick one of your choice and in and out a few times, side to side. Stretch your mouth as far as you can with the intent of stretching this part of the jaw and the inside of your mouth. Yeah, it's okay if you have to yawn. Because you guys know how it works. Like people say drop your jaw, and a lot of people open their mouths like this, but this part is still in the back, it's still closed. That doesn't really do anything. What you want is lift that up, right? So this doesn't do much. This is what you want. And a lot of people are going to be yawning for the rest of the class. Let's go back down. How did you approach it? Did you think about it like straight up shooting to the note? Was it more hopping on top of the note? How did you think about it? Or maybe you just like flung it and whatever happened, happened.
Yep, that's me. I feel like I washed the note up on the shore.
Yeah. Yeah. So try this, and it's different for everybody because everybody thinks differently. Everybody has a different apparatus. Think about it this time in terms of hopping on top of the note. Usually the rule is if it's an A or above, you want to think about going on top of the note. So think about going on top of the note, and on the top note, can you plie?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So washing machine and then plie. This is going to be a very, I don't know, a very graceful washing machine. 1, 2, ready, go. Getting a little high, getting very why it wasn't very melodic. Let's go down.
I think that sounds pretty.
Oh, this is an old one we haven't done with the newbies. So if you've had choir with me before, then leave. This is mini Louis, and it goes like this. And then just split. Oh, then you know, awesome. Can you think? The sound is really good from out here. It was about, what dynamic level would you say that was?
Mezzo.
Like a mezzo piano, which is fine. Let's do mezzo forte this time. Paparazzi. 1, 2.
Paparazzi, 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 paparazzi,
Stop for a second. What was the note that was a little bit under? It was really good. Stop it. Just raise your hand when it gets to that. Yes, it was that one, and it's always weird. So listen for that one. It's 7. Yeah? Listen for that 7. Let's try that again.
paparazzi, 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 paparazzi,
Good. Let's do one thing a little bit low for the sopranos, but let's do lemon yellow. With the tip of your tongue. Lemon yellow, lemon yellow.
lemon yellow, 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 lemon yellow,
If I go like this, la, that's just short. So let's do the last la.
Okay.
However I show it. Ready?
la,
Okay.
la,
La. Alright, let's do a quick, wait. Was this low enough for the altos, or do you want to go lower? You don't go much lower. So Brandon, let's do, okay, let's do a quick ya side from the top of your range down. Ready? Let's have that be enough. Take out Dufay. See today. Actually, would you keep standing, please? Great. Dufay. And you know, one of the cool things about Renaissance music is, and this is really not quite Renaissance yet. This is on the border in between the Renaissance and the medieval period. And it's like really cool what these composers did, so they didn't really have any rules yet, so they kind of had to figure things out on their own. But also, at this point, they were obsessed with math and with logic and with making things fit. So music was more about being a puzzle and being something you have to figure out mentally. So it's really cool because as you look at it longer, you find out more and more things. So can you take a look at measure 13? Why don't we just sing through this section and then see if you can find some sort of mathematical idea behind this little section. Okay. Here are your pitches. This is tempo 1, 2, 3, 1, and once you figure this out, it's going to get way easier. Do you remember your pitch though? Okay, from side. 1. Yeah, 1, 2. That G natural was like a G natural plus. It wanted to be a G sharp really badly on the last measure. You see that? Yeah, try that one more time. And this time, can you keep the quarter note? Here's the other thing. Radiksa, can the S of radix pretend that radix is radik, and then S, you just get one S on sa, and go past it really quickly. You know what I mean? So instead of radix sa, yeah? Sing this. Sa, sa, sa. 1, 2. Not quite. It has something to do with the hemiola. It does have something to do with 1, 2, 3.
It does or doesn't?
It does. I'll give it to you in chunks. Here's the first chunk. Let's see if you can figure it out. The first chunk is 13 to 16. Sa, re, ra, dig, sa, ta. That's the first chunk.
Like it's there's a 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1. I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That like.
Okay, let me see. See if you can count. See if you can. So what's happening? Remember we talked about hemiolas. What's a hemiola?
It's when it's like different.
Give me an example.
Measure. I wrote it down.
Measure 22.
22.
Okay, so what's happening in 22?
What
What does that mean? Explain it to
on
me.
the last note of the measure.
It changes, like the beat changes of what you're not expecting it to be.
The emphasis is not on the downbeat, but it's instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and over 2 measures, right? So check out. Okay, so good. So we'll go back to 13. What's 13? How would we group 13? It's just one note, right? So 1, 2, 3. Soprano 2 is kind of outside of this whole thing a little bit. Yeah, you're weaving in and out. Yours is a little bit different, but it has something to do with tone. So listen. So check this out. Measure 13. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah? So we have one group of 3, then we have 1 and 2 and 3, and which is our hemiola, and then another column on the other side of 1, 2, 3. Right?
Yep.
What's the next one?
1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3.
So exclamo, sing with me, and can you, on the beginning of each group, can you just like snap or clap? So let's start from sa. So here's what I would do for that. I go sa, re, ra, dig, sa, ta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So try that. And actually on the hemiola, can you conduct the 3, which is down and to the right and up? Yeah? Try that. Down to the right and up. Good. Okay, so speak it. Now you're all conductors. So this is my degree right there. So from 13 on, let's start speaking. And on the 3, just do 1, which is just down 1, 2. Good. So speaking and snapping. Ready? And 13. Sa, re, ra, di, sa, ta. Exclamundo, luces, dorca. Keep going. Gaude, glorio, sa, super omnes speciosa. How cool is that?
So cool.
You guys never would have known. But here's the weird thing. Is we're talking about word stress because it's so important. Where doesn't it fit? How do you say the word, the last note on the first page and the first note on the second page? Is it mundo or mundo?
Mundo.
It should be mundo in standard Latin. And here, like, it's clearly a little bit mundo if he's going with these word stress, with these stresses, right? So should we listen to Dufay? Because this is what he wanted, or should we go against that and say, no, this is how we speak Latin?
Dufay.
So why?
Because it's more important.
So here's what you should know. Where does Dufay, what language does Dufay speak?
Latin.
French. Taking from what you know about French and the French language,
It's
where does
romantic.
the stress usually fall on words?
Not
The last syllable. So, like in English, we'll pronounce Latin in our own English ways, like if you've ever heard medical terms or law terms. Same thing in French. You'll hear a lot of French music that's in Latin, and it'll be like really weird stresses, and that's because they would stress that last syllable. And so you don't want to go against that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's also kind of cool. So here's what I want you to do. Don't go on the measure 18. It's okay to stress the do of mundo. Okay? Because that's the beginning of a group. Measure 26 then, super omnes, is okay. Right? Because that's probably how they would have said it. The truth is we don't really know. But does that make sense?
So do you want us to go with this then?
So yeah, go with what the music does first and what the text does later. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that in mind, can we go to the beginning? Oh, and can you mix by, do you feel good about the notes?
Yes.
Okay, can you mix by birthday? So if you are September here, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May.
Don't take your
I'm a fan. You can leave our stairs. I know where October, Are we these in September? Okay, so we do have Is anybody born January?
Nobody. Okay, and people on the sides, can you take 3 steps in? People on the sides, take 3 steps in. If you're smushed, I think this side has a little bit more room, so just everybody shift a little bit over here. We are 3 out of 2.
My birthday.
Find another friend of a different birthday that's not an alto. Alto six. No. How So if you do have a club of sopranos in the same place or altos, listen across to other parts for 2 days. And do you guys know about elephant ears? Yeah. Oh, it's the best thing ever. If you put a cup around your ear, then suddenly you can hear what's inside your head. So if you have a free hand, go ahead and do that. And we'll see how it changes. Just doing that here. You don't have to. Try it if you haven't tried it. Not feel it.